And then I'm going to reduce the amount of guns and things I'm producing. I have lots of guns. Artillery is the one that I'm lacking, actually. So let's get more artillery. And just cancel everything else, because I'm just not going to be able to do it. That'll do. And we will buy in a single... Oh, no we won't. I have 5 civilian factories. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. Are the Americans still at war with the Philippines? That's a good question. No. No, they are not. Are the Philippines independent, though? Yes. Yes, they are. Still one province away. How is that war going? Japan's lost almost 2 million. Oh, yeah, that's true. I would have expected the name to have changed by now. A little bit surprised it hasn't. Okay, you guys have arrived. Now, is there anywhere that I don't want to sail? I mean, the Mediterranean, obviously. Now, pray, which way are you going? Around Africa. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. Ah, new submarines. Excellent. Well, we're still working on the snorkel. Then I think we probably want the magnetic detonator as well. We'll start making our subs really something to be feared. Government in exile. We can lobby for support, which will give us legitimacy, or request reinstatement by the British. Which is not it. Ah, right. We need to get the focus, which is get support stuff. Meanwhile, the submarines continue going. So what do we get from the exiled status? We've got 2 of the generals. We are due 1 more general. We get the exile air wings and the division recruitment. We don't have a huge amount of manpower. Not yet, anyway. And unfortunately, we can't use that manpower unless we get exile divisions. Well, they lost Oldham, so I might as well go grab the new one to replace it. And that's all the fighters done. Good. Well, in that case, I would say let's continue with the land focus. Land, thingamabob. And now the front line's going to be here in Scandinavia, I think. They're actually doing a really good job holding as well. Like, Germany's not having an easy time of it. That's for sure. Should probably watch to see where you guys actually are. So what are they doing now? Voter registration. It's down here. Warpan Crimson. Preparing for a war against Canada. Things could definitely get interesting here. How big a fleet do the Americans have? I suspect that's going to be their one weakness, their naval size. Yeah, it's not huge. Greece has capitulated. Oof. Bit of a defeat there for the Brits. 4 destroyers, a light cruiser, and a couple of convoys. But... oh no, they still have some troops down here, but they must be really struggling to supply that. Yeah, I haven't actually lost any convoys this time. Sweden's capitulated. So how are the Soviets doing? They're expanding the Red Fleet. And Germany hasn't decided to go Operation Barbarossa yet. Oof. Not a light cruiser. A heavy cruiser even. In fact, you know what? I'm going to turn you off. We're going to start building some tactical bombers, and we're also going to upgrade their engine so they can get a little bit of extra range. Yeah, we'll do that. Shaanxi has capitulated. Oh dear. Have a bad feeling that China is about to go. Those 150 naval bombers are irritating me. Oh dear. Southern England's not looking too hot. That's a lot of AA though. Makes me wonder where on earth the Royal Air Force is right now if they're not in southern England. Because there was nobody defending this. Oh no, there's 300. You had hundreds of planes. Where are they? Oh, please tell me that England's not out of manpower. Nope. Ooh, Germany's on already service by requirement. That's not a good sign for the Germans. That is a very bad sign for the Germans. In fact. Ah, where are my boats? There they are. Yugoslavia went communist, yes. Cue random Italian sub that managed to sink all the convoys. I mean, another dangerous place would be if I was coming along here, because sometimes the Italians do park a fleet here, but we're not going through Suez, because we're not going through the Med. So we should be fine. We're not at war with Japan yet. I probably should upgrade my armaments and fire control, and damage control. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to be doing here. Can Germany invade the British Isles with that manpower? I doubt it. I mean, we've done a lot of damage to their manpower. Especially when the Soviets go to war. I mean, that's going to be the clincher. And the last fascist state could well be the US, which would be an interesting... well, actually it could be the US and Japan fighting on, trying to save Germany. I mean, I already like that outcome. That's different from how it usually goes. Wurst or Wurst. Oh no, I could have made you an ambusher to make you even better at killing Germans who are attacking you. Oh well. And you. Winkelmann. Colonial authority is almost done. There it is. Why is that not met? They're a subject. They're an integrated puppet. Oh! That's why. Master capitulated, plus 500. That's why you need curtail colonial authority to get rid of that modifier. Okay. But the Allies never get around to invading Vichy Madagascar. My granddad, on the other hand, did do that. That's a cool history. Couldn't I have gone west through Panama? Probably. Parthing decided this was quicker, though. And in fact, I may as well consider what else I want to upgrade. I mean, we may as well... Okay, I'm actually very close to changing my economy law. And then we can be open for business again. That'll be fun. Request allied favours. You know what? I actually like that idea. We may be a minor power, but we have shown our dedication to winning this war. However, to do so, we need help. And it should be expected that we've earned a few favours through our contributions. Yeah, I held the Netherlands for how long? What's my legitimacy at now? Still 78, not really going up. I think submarine warfare needs to give more to naval experience and probably legitimacy. I don't actually know what contributes to legitimacy if, like, aircraft does. Oh, that's why my air force is... Ooh, that was nice. That's why my air force is dying, because I have no manpower to replenish them with. And you actually get manpower from legitimacy. Okay, that's good to know. You get a fifth. See you, Shadow. Government contested. With an upcoming election, people are beginning to question the capacity of the current administration to pursue the ongoing war. The Netherlands has suffered greatly, and popular opinion has turned against those who seem to be leading our nation to defeat. While our people are determined to see the war to the end, they would rather see another government ending it. Crisis of trust is highly unfortunate, or let the political landscape shift to keep the people united. I'm going to go for the unity, because I would love to have that extra stability. And... that's a lot of research speed. Blimey. That's not what I was trying to say, though. I was trying to say that isn't there a thing over here which is increasing my, unity through this, 1943. So even if we did do this, which gives communists and fascists support, it's going to be burned away by my unity through democracy, which is also giving weekly stability. It's actually really good. Let the political landscape shift and keep the people united. I'll take that. And that is also giving me the political power to change my government thing. I don't think I want to go... well, actually, do I want to go free trade? Because the only resources I'm currently producing is aluminium and oil, both of which I can radically increase the amount. Now, am I exporting any? At all. I'm exporting a bit of oil. And having free trade would mean I can get a lot more dockyard output. We're going free trade. It's just good business! Ooh, and I've got a military factory. How lovely. Let's get some more heavy fighters so I can help out with the warfare fightiness. Still sinking convoys. With your 4 submarines. Oh, Helfrith. Halfway to level 6 though. 6553. You mentalist. Okay, all of these guys have arrived, so we're just going to merge you together. And we're going to say you are responsible for all of this. Now, can we get our submarines to change their tactics a little? Rather than sinking enemy convoys, could you start, you know, stealing them? That would be lovely. Multi-altitude flying. Some more Air Force stuff. It is 41, however, so we should really be getting construction 4. Norway has capitulated. Johan Nygaardsvold has announced that the Norwegian nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces, committing travesties throughout the country. Pirate submarines, absolutely. Is this really worth? Yes. Eventually I'll get my shipyards and stuff built. So we're going to get the Allied favours, then I think we're going to switch back over to this side and try and... Ah! I can do it! That was quick. Right, only needs to be below 60%. Okay, that's all I was lacking. And that would actually explain, I think, why I'm not getting all the factories. Like, Dutch East Indies must still control a bunch. They have 17 civilian factories? Give me, give me, give me. So I really don't need to be building more civilian factories. Hold your horses. Build me one more, and then start building dockyards again in Sumatra. I wish I'd remembered it was 60%, then I don't think I would have set off on a 70-day focus. And then once we have that, we can start on all of this stuff, which is increasing the industry in this area. Western Capital gives me even more in Java. Non-core manpower is going to be huge for us. Non-core manpower plus 2%, and also all of Indonesia gives us plus 25%. That's going to be a lot of manpower. Military factories, a bunch of dockyards. Hungry for that one. More dockyards, and then liberation of the Netherlands. In that order. Hey Whipperstyler, how's the war going? Well, we've lost the Netherlands now, because of reasons. But now we are starting to shift our focus over towards Indonesia. We're pretty well entrenched over here, I would say. So I'm hopeful. So is this more like a complex variation of Risk? Yeah. In a word, yes. Sank some Turkish... Oh no! Ow! That's one of my task forces wiped out, isn't it? It is. That's most unfortunate. Where are you training this? Java Sea. Interesting. I think I'd prefer you to be training in the Timor Sea, if I'm being quite honest. So let's go and park you down here, and then have you continue training. Once you're repaired, naturally. Okay, so we can now request Allied favours. We are, however, going to continue the war in Batavia. The invasion we feared has come to pass, and our defences have been swept aside. The government has managed to escape and is now in exile, hosted by our allies. Though our Queen would rather that the government remain in exile and close to the action in Europe, we think the time has come to relocate to the East Indies, and from there continue the war as a sovereign power. Now, I am also very curious to see what that allows me to requisition. Radio Oronia. Weekly war support, effective partisans plus 50%. So they have to have a lot more people trying to block us. Obtain dockyard access, gain 2 off-map dockyards. We need to have more than 80 legitimacy for that. 50 units of British fighters added to the national stockpile. Less interested. Request infantry equipment. That would have been so useful to have as Poland. Poland really needs to get this. Pull strings of the British industrialists. Again, we need to have more than 80 legitimacy. We are like so close. And then weekly manpower plus 500. We don't need that. So the ones we need are basically the industrial ones. And we'll see if we're still even able to do that once we've continued the war in Batavia. I don't know if that's going to uncapitulate us, or if we'll stay capitulated, just a very, very strong capitulated nation. China's fighting back. Fantastic. This gap has grown. Japan's lost 2 million. China's lost 6. Ouch. Hell yeah, China. Secure the Philippines. Oh, you're not a puppet anymore, though, are you? Nope. Philippines completely independent. Oh, poor Philippines. Magnetic detonator. Good. Do I want to continue upgrading my cruiser guns? Yes, because I am going to be focusing on cruiser combat. Lobby for support, does that? Yes, that one does increase legitimacy. But I know that legitimacy goes up just for fighting. But the part of the question here is how? United Kingdom requests naval integration. Nope. I have one thing I can do. Let me have it. Come on. Do I have plans for conquering Europe back? Yes. Like, the intention of this game was always to fight against Japan. I was not expecting to be able to hold the Netherlands for as long as I did. So because we now have lost the Netherlands, we're now in Indonesia, we're starting to consolidate our hold in Indonesia, and then we can start fighting against the Japanese. And it's a really good thing that China's fighting back, because had Japan capitulated China, that would have made my job a lot more difficult. But yeah, this is historical so far. Like, the Dutch were really active in the war against Japan. And also, something which I didn't even realise is the big three, so Roosevelt, Churchill and Stalin, used to actually be the big four until Indonesia fell. And the fourth power was the Netherlands. And there we are. We have continued the war in Batavia. And we just lost another sub. Bugger. So, expand the colonial army would give me the manpower I so desperately need. Although, just having that stuff annexed has given us manpower, so that may not be as critical as getting more building slots and things in Java. Although, I now have 12 build slots. Oh, yeah, 12 civilian factories. That's less of an issue as well. And we can do the Curacao oil. Right, because we got the free trade. Which will allow me to get down to the Foundation of Defense, which is going to get me to colonial shipbuilding, which is critical. So I think I'm going to do the Western capital so I can start building up the industry, and then Curacao, Antilles Defense, Foundations of Defense. Well, hell, you only need one, don't you? You just need reinforced Java. In that case, reinforce Java, foundations of defense, western capital, colonial shipbuilding. But let's do this one first. The civilian industry in Java must be greatly expanded to furnish the war industry we will need to liberate our homeland. Now, hopefully this manpower lasts for a bit. And also, we have just gained a bunch of extra soldiers. And you're not going to have manpower anymore. So all of these kind of need to become Dutch, but I don't think I have the manpower to maintain that either. Requires 108,000 manpower. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that anytime soon. Okay. The Netherlands moves the government to Batavia. With the loss of their continental European territories, the Dutch government has now decided to relocate to the city of Batavia on the Indonesian island of Java. The colonial government there is to be supplanted with the Dutch government, managing it directly instead. From the colonial base, they have vowed to continue the war against their aggressors. And the Philippines have joined the Chinese. Japan's declared war on the Philippines. And we have a bunch more factories. So let's keep building civilian dockyards, naval bases. Let's get one more in Curacao. Now the question is, do I want to increase infrastructure before I build this stuff? I don't think so. Not at 70%. Then I think what I'm going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4. You're already at level 7. You guys can wait because you're just not very big. Okay. The UK wants to send me Lend-Lease. I've got a bunch of convoys again. Oh, from Indonesia. Right. Okay, that helps. And we can modify the government. We can get the resistance banker, which is consumer goods factories minus 10, which means my industry is going to be even stronger. I have more factories now than I ever had as the Netherlands. I am stronger. Yes. Except Japan's about to declare war on me. I have no navy. No. Lend-Lease request from the UK. What are you offering? Yes, okay. Then you are going to be responsible for just the big islands. Actually, you can be moved into the garrison force. That's probably even better. Yeah, because you're also better at doing the garrisons. Armor-piercing shells. Alright, am I building ships again? Kind of. Let's build one more convoy, finish off that submarine, and then we can start working on the 1940 cruiser hulls. Yes. And also, I would like to buy some steel, please. From the UK. Mordred, this is not even my final form!